I know Nipsey Hussle had a brother. His name was Black Sam, and some motherfucker said he was considered a legend. That's what the motherfucking title say by Hip Hop Daily. So we finna get into it and learn about motherfucking Black Sam. I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't know Nipsey Hussle had a brother, so all this information gonna be new to me, and it's probably gonna be new to some of y'all. You feel me? Yo, what's the word? We finna like this video. Shout out Hip Hop Daily Content for this amazing content. We finna get into it.
Nipsey Hussle was a West Coast legend, but most fans have no idea about the wild story of his brother, Black Sam. From burying 250K in his mom's backyard to getting
Damn.
shot at by the cops, today we're breaking down the whole thing. Black Sam and Nipsey grew up in the Crenshaw neighborhood of South Central LA. Sam was older than Nip and tried to set a good example for him. They came up in the rolling 60s neighborhood Crip territory and were surrounded by crime and violence every day. But Sam never gangbanged. He wanted to make his own lane and not rep any set.
I ain't gonna cap. And what motherfuckers don't understand, the motherfuckers who decide to not gangbang being from the hood, that's actually the hardest shit to do. That's actually way harder than going out gangbanging being on the block just because. But that's your environment. That's what you around. It's easier to become your environment to actually be something different. You feel me? So that's why you gotta understand, you gotta respect any motherfucker that decides to do good with their life coming from that type of environment. Cause that's actually way harder than you think to be good in school and be a good kid when you come from that shit. That's all you around.
So he started hustling at a young age. When he was a kid, Sam would go out and make money by washing cars in the neighborhood. But even though he never joined the Crips, it didn't take long for Sam to
Yes,
start
sir.
hustling for real. He was allegedly moving weight across the country from LA to Atlanta. And that's how Nip and
Damn.
him knew Young Thug and Lil Baby before any of them hopped in the booth and started rapping. Back then, there was also a huge business of running bootleg DVDs. Before you could just stream whatever you wanted online, hustlers would take an official.
The bootlegs, man. They used to have all everything for the bootleg. Like, bro, some of them bitches used to be ass though. Like it was literally you would see the motherfuckers walking across the motherfucking screen in the movie. Like, bro, come on now. That's a bogus ass bootleg. Like some motherfuckers was raw as hell with the bootlegs. And some motherfuckers was just weak as hell with that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bogus as hell, just trying to get anything out for money.
Movie DVD and make a bunch of copies of it, then sell the copies for way cheaper than what it would usually cost at a store. According to reports, Black Sam was raking in a ton of cash from bootleg DVDs back then and apparently made millions from it. He had property out in Atlanta that he allegedly used for his operation, but all of it got taken by the feds after they busted him. By the time he
Yeah.
was 18, Sam had made so much money in the streets that he had to bury 250K in his mom's backyard. He put it in a safe and wrapped the whole thing in plastic. And Nipsey told the Breakfast Club that when they dug it up, over 100K of the money was ruined because it got moldy. Nipsey even raps about the whole
Damn.
situation on his track Young Nigga and said,
Damn, so you can't put if you nah, I ain't gonna cap. If you doing some shit like that, you gotta seal up the money. You actually gotta seal it up in a plastic. I say damn, they try to vacuum seal that bitch. And if you do that shit, it'd be good. But if they just threw some hella money up in that bitch inside the motherfucking safe like that, yeah, the bread was most definitely gonna get kind of fucked up. Cause there ain't really nothing motherfucking protected it for real. And shit go seep in through the cracks. But that's crazy to even have that much in your motherfucking mama backyard.
Ballin' since my brother used to hustle off the vines. Couple 100,000 up, he took a shovel to the lawn. No exaggeration for the content of my songs. When he went to dig it up, shit, 100 something gone. Molded. You can ask moms. Had to plug in blow dryers for the ones that we could wash. Sam was a major influence on Nipsey. He was making money his own way and trying to feed everybody without gangbanging, but Sam couldn't keep Nipsey out of the trenches. And when Nip was 14, he jumped off the porch and joined the Rolling 60s. The Rolling 60s are one of the most notorious Crip sets in the city. After Tukey Williams and Raymond Washington created the original Crip gang back in '69, dudes started breaking off and formed their own crews. There's many different stories about how the Rolling 60s actually started, but according to an OG named Big U, a dude named OG Babyface got permission from Tukey Williams back in the '70s, and by the time Nipsey was coming up, they were one of the biggest gangs in California. Back in the day, Big U was allegedly one of the most active dudes in the set. He told DJ Vlad,
You've been shot before.
Yeah, 7 different times. No.
7 different occasions?
Yeah.
Okay.
My first.
He said that shit casual as hell. Like, yep, I got shot before. Yes, I most definitely did. You feel me? That's life. But that is life for lots of motherfuckers. So it's like normal for you. Some motherfuckers not getting shot is more surprised than getting shot.
First time I was 14.
When Big U was coming up, the streets were crazy, but the cops weren't paying that much attention to it. Dudes weren't sliding on Instagram Live and putting everything out there for people to see. And most people had no idea how violent South Central really was. But that all changed when the Rolling 60s brutally murdered an NFL player's family. Kermit Alexander was a professional football player.
Why would they do that to a motherfucking NFL player? Well, I'm saying it like the NFL player. I mean, he could have been connected in the streets. You never know. But let's see what the fuck they finna say.
Who was drafted by the San Francisco 49ers in the 1960s. By 1984, he'd already been retired for years, and then he suffered a shocking loss. On August 31st, 1984, the Rolling 60s broke into the crib where his family was staying and killed Kermit Alexander's mom, sister, and his 2 nephews. According to...
Oh, no, these niggas don't got no respect. These niggas is some fucking goofies, bro. What the fuck, bro? You out here killing kids and shit, bro. Nah, bro. Women, old women, if they ass not valid. I can't respect no dude that claim they in the streets and they out there doing shit to defenseless motherfuckers like that. Like that shit, not valid at all. Yo, what's the word?
Reports, the 60s affiliates got the wrong address and were trying to kill someone who lived a couple houses down the block from Kermit's family. The murders made headlines all over the country, and that's when the cops really started taking a serious look at the Rolling 60s. A lot of dudes from the set started getting booked, and Big U ended up going down for 56 years after he got caught trying to buy drugs from an undercover cop. The cops started booking more Crips, but that didn't stop the Rolling 60s from growing. And by the time Nip jumped off the porch, they already had way bigger numbers than back in the 80s. Nipsey could have ended up just becoming another gang member, but then Sam and him went with their dad to Africa and everything changed. Sam and Nipsey's dad is a dude named DeWitt Ashkedon. DeWitt is from an African country called Eritrea, and he moved to America back in the day to escape a crazy war going on in Africa. Eritrea had a brutal war for 30 years between 1961 and 1991. A rebel group started trying to take over the government, and it sparked a deadly battle that almost destroyed the whole country. While DeWitt was living there, both sides of the war were killing innocent people. Villages were...
I ain't gonna cap, bro. This is a lot of information, bro. This actually pretty good YouTube video. Pop some motherfucking hip-hop day. This shit, he going way back.
Being burned down, and for years, the situation just kept getting worse. So he finally escaped to America to get away from all the violence. Then in 2004, DeWitt took Sam and Nipsey back to his home country, and it had a massive impact on them. They spent 3 months in Eritrea, and when they came back, Sam and Nipsey were really on a mission to make their own lane. Sam, Nipsey, and Nipsey's best friend Fats started selling clothes and CDs from the trunk of Sam's car around Crenshaw and Slauson. They'd park the whip across the street from Louisiana Fried Chicken and sell shirts, socks, and sneakers to whoever rolled through. The 3 of them were trying to go legit, but that didn't stop the police from jamming them up. The cops would pull up and arrest them and take all their product. Sam would tell cops that they were legit.
12, fuck, I ain't gonna catch you. That's my mouth was like, oh, black motherfuckers get it easy. They get it, bro. You see, lots of black motherfuckers went to the same shit. They try to do something legally, the motherfuckers snatch it from them, take it from them. And then now, you feel me, that's why black motherfuckers so behind. Because while the white motherfuckers was able to advance and get their shit up, we had to fight to even keep our shit going because they trying to take that shit from us. And then that had an effect on generational wealth type shit.
But the cops told them they weren't legit unless they paid taxes and rent like everybody else. So Sam and Nipsey leveled up and got a spot in the strip mall on Crenshaw and Slauson in 2006. The cops still kept pressuring them though. In an interview with The Guardian, Sam said that the cops would send in undercover dudes so they could watch the shop and that their whole goal was just to shut us down, even though positive things were happening in the store. According to reports, Sam and Nipsey were being targeted in a secret police investigation called Operation Laser. Laser used a bunch of info like traffic tickets, arrest records, and way more to target potential criminals. The system used points to tell the cops who was more likely to commit a crime. So if you had more points, chances are the police would be all over you for no reason. And since Nipsey and a lot of his homies,
it makes sense. It makes sense. But they said going off of traffic tickets and shit, bro. Nah, bro. That's like, bro, you gonna be picking and choosing certain shit now. Like, oh, no, that shit light as hell. Nah, we gonna fuck with him on this. Like, nah, bro, that shit I understand it though.
homies had records and all hung out at the shop, the cops kept coming in and pressing them, even though they were trying to do something legit. But by 2009, Nipsey was really popping off in the rap game. He had been dropping music since 2005, and Sam was always backing him up. All the hard work finally started to pay off, and Nip was linking up with superstars like Drake and Snoop Dogg, and even signed a deal with Epic Records. Sam and Nipsey took another loss that same year, though, after the cops raided their shop and shut it down. Sam was arrested again, but he didn't let it slow him down and got right back to the grind when he came home. He opened up a new store, and everything was cool for a while. But then in 2011, he almost got murdered by the cops. After Nipsey joined the Rolling 60s, he ended up having a baby with Big U's niece. It's not clear how everything really went down, but this is the story according to some sources. Nip was tripping on his baby mama because she had their kids around some sketchy environments. And at some point, Nip allegedly put hands on the dude she was rocking with, and she ended up getting hurt during the situation too. That's when Big U and some goons allegedly rode up to Sam and Nipsey's shop to confront him. They started throwing hands, and Big U was allegedly really putting a beat down on Nip. So Sam ran inside the shop and grabbed his gun. He came back out and let off a shot in the air to break up the fight.
Hey, shit, he had to. He like, bro, you not finna beat my brother ass. That shit cooked, boy. I'm finna have a pipe on your ass. You beating my brother ass, you probably gonna beat my ass too. Get your ass off my brother gang before I had to. Nate. Get the fuck on, gang. You ain't finna be playing like that, bro.
The cops rolled up right after Sam let off the shot and saw him standing there with a gun in his hand. According to some sources, they didn't even give him a chance to lay it down before they upped their own straps and started letting off shots.
Damn.
The cops shot at Sam over 30 times, but luckily all of them missed and Sam made it out alive.
Boy, you see, they ass can't shoot, bro. They ain't gonna cap. They ass don't even know how to shoot for real. You think 12 know how to shoot? Boy, them motherfuckers is not accurate for real like you think they is.
Big U and Nipsey squashed their beef and everyone got back to business. Sam and Nipsey's store ended up getting raided and shut down again in 2014 though. It was another setback for the business, but Sam had bigger plans for the space. In 2017, Sam and Nipsey opened their Marathon clothing store on Crenshaw and Slauson. It was a huge win for both of them and the community, and hundreds of people showed up when they cut the ribbon to officially open the new spot. That same year, they opened up a weed shop off of West Boulevard, and it looked like everything was finally coming together. Nipsey was bigger than ever in the rap game, and Sam was taking over on the business side. All the legal drama was behind them, and they were ready to enjoy the success. But then, their team suffered a tragic loss. Nipsey's best friend was a dude named Boat the Fats. He had been right there with Nip and Sam from the jump and was helping them sell clothes out their car way before it all started. Just like Nipsey and Sam, Fats was always hanging around the shops, and sometimes he worked security at the weed spot off of West Boulevard. On September 29th, 2017, Fats was in the parking lot of the weed store when someone drove by and started letting off shots. He was tragically killed at the scene, and rumors say it was some Rolling 60s who pulled the trigger on him. None of this has been.
I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. They ass was tweaking, bro. Once you get to a certain level, I don't feel like having this shit up. Once you get to a certain level, you can't be out here motherfucking just standing in front of stores, especially if your shit inside the hood, my nigga. Like, bro, that's why you gotta hire workers and shit. Cause it's like, bro, motherfuckers might slide on your ass, gang. Motherfuckers ain't gonna really be trying to slide on the people if you just hire motherfuckers. But y'all out there, you drawing attention to the store that's not gonna be good for the motherfuckers who want to get you. You feel me? But they just see random people working up in that bitch. They ain't gonna tweak it like that. They're gonna be like, oh, his ass don't be at his store for real. But if they know you be at your store and motherfuckers looking for you, that's not good.
Confirmed, but the weed store that Sam and Nipsey bought was allegedly owned by a guy who was getting extorted by some dudes from 60s. When Sam and Nip took it over, the 60s still wanted to cut, but Fats allegedly shut it down and told them they weren't getting anything, and that's why they allegedly rolled through and killed him. Fats dying was a huge loss for Sam and Nipsey. And on the track, Racks in the Middle, Nipsey raps, "Damn, I wish my nigga Fats was here. How you died 30-something after banging all them years. Grammy nominated, in the sauna shedding tears. All this money, power, fame, and I can't make you reappear. But I don't wipe them though. We just embrace the only life we know." Sam and Nip kept it pushing after Fats died. But then 1 year later, Sam got wrapped up in another crazy situation that could have killed him again. In September 2018, a dude from the Rolling 60 showed up at the Marathon store with a gun. It's not clear exactly what went down inside the shop.
Bro, ain't this the same store that Nipsey Hussle died at? Like, bro, what the fuck, bro? That store is bad luck, bro. It's not bad luck. It's probably good, but it's bad luck for y'all niggas. Like, that's the last place y'all niggas need to be, is a motherfucking store that you own inside the hood, knowing that you got beef. Come on now, bro. That shit is not smart.
But a couple minutes after he went inside with the strap, security footage showed a bunch of dudes chasing them out the shop. The police responded to reports of gunshots in the parking lot outside the store and eventually found the Rolling 60 affiliate. He had been beaten and stabbed and needed 9 staples in his head to close up the wounds, and he told the cops that Blacc Sam had pistol whipped him. Nobody in the shop would talk to the cops, but Sam ended up getting arrested, and the judge put him on a crazy $1 million bond. Paying $1 million was nothing for Sam though, and right after he posted bond, he flexed the private jet he was flying in. The Marathon clothing store was inside a strip mall, and the city wanted the people who owned the building to evict Sam and Nipsey, even though they weren't the ones starting all the drama. It looked like they might start all over again, but then the news broke that the building owners were just going to sell it to Sam and Nipsey instead of listening to the city. Owning the building was a massive win for them, and it meant they didn't have to worry about getting kicked out ever again. But just 2 months after they closed the deal, Sam suffered the biggest loss of his life. On March 31st, 2019, Nipsey was hanging out in the parking lot of the Marathon store like he did all the time. A dude named Eric Holder.
You see, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, nigga, y'all rich as hell flying in private jets and shit. Why are you at this store, bro? That shit be pissing me off because it's like, gang, bro, he could still be here if he just was not doing that shit. If he decided to be like, man, fuck the hood.
Holder, aka Shitty Cuz, rode up to the spot, and Nipsey allegedly warned him about some snitching rumors that were going around on his name. Nip never called Holder a snitch. He allegedly just told him that he needed to clear the situation up, but the conversation got Holder so pressed that he grabbed his strap and shot Nipsey in broad daylight. Sam was at his grandma's house when he got the call Nipsey had been shot. Sam hopped in his whip and sped straight to the Marathon shop right after it went down. He saw Nip laying on the ground with blood and bullet holes all over him and started giving him CPR while he was on the phone with a 911 operator. Nipsey was still breathing at that point, and when paramedics got there, they put a tube down his throat and had an IV in his arm. There was a crowd standing around watching everything play out, and a lot of them thought Nip might pull through. But then, the paramedics lifted Nip onto a stretcher and someone screamed. When they moved his body, that's when everyone saw the bullet wound in the back of Nipsey's head. Nipsey was pronounced dead at the hospital, and Sam says he died because of how much he cared about the community. Nipsey and Sam hired a lot of street dudes to work.
I just told y'all niggas, bro, like, he should have left that shit. Hire them niggas, because if you die or your brother died, the whole operation down, bro. So it's sorry that it's not trying to be bogus, but certain niggas is not worth the same amount that you are worth, nigga. So you got to put them in those situations, because if they die, shit, you gonna be fucked up, but the operation will still go on. But if you die, the whole ship fall. So it's like you gotta know, you feel me? You gotta keep the major players out of harm's way.
At the Marathon store because they had trouble finding jobs. Sam and Nip wanted to give them an opportunity to change their lives and make it out of the streets. None of them could carry guns though because they were felons. So Eric Holder was able to shoot Nip and start running away without anyone doing anything. Sam said that after Holder realized no one was doing anything, he ran back and shot Nipsey 2 more times. He turned around to leave again, but since nobody was still stepping in, Holder walked back up and shot Nipsey.
Now I wonder if that's what is the reason why he didn't survive. I'm trying to figure out what part did he get shot in his head at? Like, did he get shot in the head like in the first encounter, or when he came back to shoot him the second time? Because I'm gonna be like, if that happened, then that he probably could have survived this song with a blew his ass down, but I ain't gonna capture you. That shit was slow as hell, gang. You out here in these motherfucking stores, bro. You gotta have a gun. Fuck being a fella, bro. You can't be out here in the hood in front of your store, famous as hell, without a gun. And if you're not having a gun, you gotta have armed security. That's the only way, my nigga.
3 more times and kicked him in the head. 2 days later, Holder was arrested and ended up going down for 60 years. Nipsey's death wasn't just a big loss for Sam. Nip was one of the most important rappers on the West Coast and was doing a ton of work to give back to the community. Sam has kept up the momentum though and is keeping Nip's name alive. He's also making sure Nipsey's kids are set up for life and has been putting everything in their name. There's still been drama behind the scenes though. After Nip died, the Crips tried to trademark the brand The Marathon Continues, which is the name of the company Sam wanted to use because Nip had a mixtape with the same title back in 2011. The Crips trying to trademark a business name like that is wild anyways. Sam and them both filed to get the trademark, but the Crips did it a couple weeks before Sam, and it looked like Sam might lose the rights to Nipsey's legacy. Luckily, that's not how it played out though, and Sam ended up getting the rights to the name. Blacc Sam hustled his whole life to get to the top, and without him, Nipsey might have never even hopped in the booth. On the track Crenshaw and Slauson, Nipsey raps, "Brought my grocery bag of cash back to Blacc Sam. He mashed the nigga. Next day, we went to Sam Mash. We bought Pro Tools and a microphone. Studio was far from plush, but them lights was on. Couple $100,000 stashed at my mama's house. Real estate in Atlanta, but ain't nobody know. Mac 11's in the safe, hidden in the flow. My bro did it like nobody that I've ever known." Sam and Nipsey had way bigger plans for their city. And even though Nipsey was murdered right in the neighborhood he was trying to help out, Sam is making it clear that he's not gonna.
You see, that shit was fucked up, man. But Nipsey ass, he should have known he can't be doing that type of shit, bro. He should have known the level of success he had and the type of motherfuckers that would just be trying to do shit to him. Like, that shit fucked up though. Shout out Hip Hop Daily content. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle and everyone that lost their life in this video.